Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be learning the basics of HTML in VS Code and everything you need to know in this process. First of all, don't forget to watch our last video, Paint the Reader in 7 minutes. Now let's get started. We first click on New File to create a new project, and we must name it index.html. That is the first name for every single HTML file. Now that we click enter and let our file save, we create the file. We have our new blank canvas. First of all, there are different types of HTML headings. So let's say a HTML shortcut that we can use an exclamation mark and then click enter. But we're not using that right now. Just try it. It's like a magic trick. I'll show you more at the end of the video. Let's make use of H1 first. And H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. All these go up and down according to their size. But for headings, we're going to be using H1. Now that we've done that, let's write our content in it and we'll name it My First Heading. Or my first, whatever you want to call it, my first website or anything. Now let's click on run and see what happens. We choose our web browser, Chrome, or you can use Edge or any web browser you have and wait for it to load. Now you have my first project showing at the side. Yay. Now we close that, and what will happen if we change it to H2? Let's see. We use Ctrl S and then run our walk again. See, the size decreases. Next, let's move on to use a paragraph. But first, we should probably change this back to H1, as we still want to use it as our heading. Go ahead and do that. And now let's use paragraph. Note as H1 stands for heading 1, paragraph is P. Like a symbol represents the name, and we'll use text something goes here. Now let's use Ctrl S and see what that does. We'll go back to our Chrome and reload the page. See, our content code here is now showing an HTML first project that's returned back to the original size. What should we treat now? Another thing beginners need to learn in HTML is probably the unordered and ordered list. When you want to make a list of items like HTML. Let's try that. First, you have the UL for the unordered list, and then let's see the meaning on this quickly. Try to type this in your VS Code. Now, quick tip. OL also means ordered list. UL means unordered, which is bulleted list, and to give you a dot before every word you want to put. And ordered list will number your work for you automatically. Let's keep going. Let's try to follow the unordered list. Now we click enter to separate it, and let's see. What we have here is an automatic spacing for indentation, and it is only 4 spaces. Let's see, count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, now it's the original before. And as I said, it is accompanied with Ella. And let's ask you to subscribe, maybe because it's her birthday or something. Yeah, they happy birthday to me. See, now when we reload, it says subscribe as one or as a bullet point. See? Now it changes it back to bullet points. We can not only use one, but we can add multiple of LIs inside the UL. UL is like the parent, and then LI is like the child. Everything you need to put, you should like, you should subscribe, you should share, probably, to anybody who needs this. And you should watch my videos a lot. And watch my upcoming shorts too, and the ones I've already made. My shorts mostly won't be about tutorials, but they're probably about editing. I use Ctrl S and come here, see we have our list ordered. Now try this. Now here's the classwork with everything. This is how you should look like at the end. I'll give you time, pause the video and do your work. Here's the correction. Now if you missed anything, please do the corrections. And if you didn't miss anything, congratulations. But if you did, it doesn't matter, you're learning. Let's move on to what we call void elements in a jiffy. I'll give you some time to write your correction down. Void elements include stuff like HR and BR, which I like to call horizontal rule and breaking rule for easy remembrance, but there's another acronym. I'll put them on the screen right now. Breaking rules used to create a horizontal line, and horizontal rule to create a horizontal line, and breaking rules to create a space. And they have no closing tag. That's why they're called void elements. They're empty with no content. Now, to do this is to add a line to it at the middle. See? A line. A thin line. It's used to separate work mostly in sections or maybe stories or biographies or autobiographies about people. Now what happens if we use BR over here? Will it break our work? Yes, it will. It will break the hello from the world, making it hello space world. And let's move on to this. This is your assessment on the everything we have done today. This is your clue. You should write down for the first period while you're doing that. And I'll show you how it's meant to look like when you're done, if you did it correctly. This is how it's meant to look. Everything perfect. These are just everything, how it should look like at the end, and then make your corrections. These are shortcuts for HTML. Bye. See you next time.